be thy curse, my son.
Let it be upon me. Do what I tell you to do. Let me worry about that.
And Eve like that today.
Yeah.
Eve like that today.
Yeah.
Only obey my voice and go fetch me then.
Boy, do what I told you to do.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Go on in there and do what I told you to do now. Don't be sassing around, acting up. Go do what I told you to do. Let me worry about your daddy. That's how he said. It's like that. Go ahead.
Verse 14, and it reads, and he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father's loved. Verse 15, and Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son.
She went and got some of Esau clothes, because he always in the field. So all his clothes smell like the woods. He ain't smell like no bun number 9. Esau smell like bark and pine tree and dirt. He smell like in the field. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 16, and it reads, and she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands.
So she skinned it and put it up on his hands where it be hairy. So go ahead.
And upon the smooth of his neck.
All on his neck. So, hey, Esau was hairy as hell. He had hair all over, you know what I mean? And then they probably were no more teenagers. He was hairy then. He was hairy, man. Esau hairy like that now.
Now, come.
That sucker pull his shirt off, his whole chest hairy. Hairy all around his neck and everything. Legs everywhere.
Verse 17, and it reads, and she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? Verse 19, and Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou baddest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless thee.
Hey, eat this venison so I can be blessed. I'm trying to get this blessing. All right, go ahead.
Genesis 27 and 20. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly?
Yeah, you got back fast. Yeah, you just went to hunt. I got a watch on. I can't even see because I'm blind. Like, you gone or you ain't gone no time. Like, that's what he was like. You got back quick.
Go ahead. He didn't go out there to the woods.
I'm telling you, it's already back. It is cooked.
Come on,
go ahead.
My son. And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
21. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, and that I may feel thee,
now,
my son.
See, Isaac, he ain't one no dummy either. He said, something ain't right. I can't see. But boy, you got back too quick. Come here, let me see if this Esau. Come here, let me smell you. Let me touch you. Go ahead.
Whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
I need to see if this Esau. He got back too fast. Go ahead.
22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice. But the hands are the hands of Esau.
So he felt on him. He said, boy, you sure sound like Jacob. You feel like Esau. And you smell like him too. That's it. You got fell for the con. So so-called black woman, you a con artist too. Been con, you conning right out the blessing. That's cold. Go ahead.
Verse 23. He said he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother. Esau's hands, so he blessed him.
So he blessed him. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And he said, art thou my very son Esau? He said,
art thou my very son Esau? Go ahead.
He said, I am. Verse 25. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat my son's venison, that my soul may be blessed thee.
That my soul may bless you. Okay, and that blessing is a lot. Like I said, man, this privilege is to a blessing and an inheritance, okay? Go ahead.
And he brought it near to him and said, and he did eat. And he brought him wine and he drunk. Verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. Verse 27. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment.
Yeah, so Isaac's still trying to figure this out. Something just ain't right. Come on here, boy, let me smell you. He smelled it. Still smell like field. Okay? Well, you sure sound like Jacob, but you smell like Esau. Go ahead.
And he blessed them and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed. 28.
I can't hear you. Okay, thank you. They get paid too. Thank you. All right.
28. Therefore, Yahweh gave thee all the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth.
Go ahead.
And plenty of corn and wine.
Okay, he gave him the dew of the heaven, right? The fatness of the earth, plenty of corn, don't give him substance. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
He said, let people serve thee, and let nations bow down to thee. Man, that's heavy.
It's heavy right there.
Let people serve you and bow down to you. And it said the elder was going to do what? Serve the younger. Okay, go ahead.
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Be Lord over him. Yeah. Tell him what to do. All right? Go ahead.
And let thy mother's son bow down to thee.
Let your mother's son bow down to you. But look at the situation that Negro, Latino, Native American in now.
Right.
We bound to them. We going to them for the one of all things in Deuteronomy 28. And I think right around 48, 47, somewhere in there. We going to them for the one of all things. Okay? So this got to be a future prophecy because we on the bottom now. Go ahead.
Cursed be every one that curseth thee.
Everybody that curse you, the Lord will put a curse on them. That's part of the blessing. Go ahead.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee. Verse 30.
So if you bless us, guess what we're gonna bless you?
That's you, right.
You know? Hey, you come with a gift, you hook us up, we'll show a little love to you. You know, go ahead.
Verse 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce.
Yeah, he was scared. He had to been. They didn't stole the birthright. I'm pretty sure Esau, he didn't want to fight Esau probably. You know, Esau probably pick up some, you know,
I didn't know what
Esau is the same spirit that was in Cain. And Cain killed who? Abel. And Cain's name means Zion, which means weapon. So that same spirit is Esau. That was in Cain, the same people, same spirit. So he probably didn't want to fight Esau. Esau probably kind of crazy too. Go ahead.
Gone out from the presence of Isaac. And his father, that Esau is his brother, came in from his hunting. Verse 31. And he came also I'm gonna reread that. 31. And he came, and he also came. I keep saying came. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto him, unto his father.
So Esau made savory meat. So once again, it's showing you Esau can cook as well. It might not taste better than Jacob's, but he can cook, right? And they good chefs now. A lot of these 5-star restaurants, because this is their society, so you know they're gonna have they people making money as the chefs. You know, okay, go ahead.
and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may be may bless me.
That might bless him. Go ahead.
Verse 32.
Okay, go ahead.
And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou?
Who are you? Go ahead.
And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Verse 33.
And he said that, he got scared. Oh, go ahead.
Verse 33. And it reads, and Isaac trembled.
He started trembling. He's like, ooh, I didn't gave the blessing away. This Esau, somebody else saying that Esau. What's going on? He can't see. Go ahead.
Very exceedingly. And said, who? Where is he that hath taken the venison and brought it me? And I have eaten all, and I have eaten of all before thou comest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall blessed. Verse 34, and it reads, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
He cried with a great and bitter exceeding cry. Okay, Esau was crying. That birthright was that blessing. It was gone. Go ahead.
And it reads,
I think you read verse 35.
35, okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 35. And it reads, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. Verse 36. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these two times.
Got me again.
Smooth.
Old sucker. Call him a sap sucker. Old sap sucker got me again.
He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing.
Oh man, he got it twice, man. But that's how it's set up in the spirit. Okay, go ahead.
And he said, hast thou not received a blessing for me?
That you got one for me? Go ahead.
Reserve the blessing for me. Verse 37. And Jacob answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord.
Ooh, he said, I made him your Lord. Go ahead.
And all his brethren have I given him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
Gave him all the substance, man. We're gonna be able to have his substance abundantly. But we don't have that now. Esau got it, so they let you know this future prophecy, man. Go ahead.
And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Verse 38. And Esau said unto him, my father, hast thou but one blessing, my father?
We ain't got but one. Like, that's it. Go ahead.
Bless me, even me also.
That's what they trying to do now. They trying to put themselves. They know that this kingdom is finna be for us. So they trying to add themselves into it. Like they didn't whoop their ass all these years and rape, robbed, and murder, and they just gonna slide into the kingdom with us.
Like that.
It don't work like that. They trying to do the same thing. They want another blessing. You got it now. But you looking for another one.
Oh my father, and Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heavens from above.
The dwelling gonna be the fatness of the earth. So Esau gonna be everywhere. And that's what anywhere you go right now, this 2020, you could go to the PP Islands off the coast of Thailand, 13 miles in the middle of the ocean to that island called PP Islands. And I guarantee you, it's an Edomite there, drunk, with some white beater on and some sandals. He there. Esau everywhere, every country in the planet, they there. Cause you gotta remember, they all over Europe. You know what I mean? They could travel east. They all in Europe. Go ahead.
Verse 40, and it reads, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing.
Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. Give me Ezekiel 35:5. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. Right? Ezekiel 35:5.
There's a book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. And it reads, because thou hast had a perpetuous hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
A perpetual hatred. That's continual hatred. Okay? That's forever. That's a continual hatred. It started all the way back then. It started all the way back with Cain and Abel. And that spirit came in the form of Esau. Esau said, I'm gonna slay my brother Jacob. He's been doing it ever since. He's doing it now, 2020. They just shoot you down in the streets whenever they feel like they're getting a vacation. Okay? Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword and the time of the calamity and the time that their iniquity had ended.
So every time that we have been under these other nations, Esau has always tried to help them destroy us. Psalms 137:7 tell you, say, race it to the foundation thereof. Right? Destroy us, man. That's Esau now. Go back to where we was at.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40. And it reads, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck.
And that happened when you read in Chronicles, the 21st chapter, the 8th verse. It tells you. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said it in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Said, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay, so Esau was like, hey, I'm going to kill my brother, man. That's what he been doing. So that blessing went to Jacob, okay? It went to Jacob, all right? Now go to, jump over to, I want to say, Genesis 29. Go to Genesis 29. You go to 29. It goes into Laban, Jacob. His mother's brother name was Laban, and he went to seek a wife from his cousins on his mama's side. Okay. Now, the blessing, he said, what? Abraham is still Isaac, and it's Jacob. Okay. Now, Jacob has kids, right? Okay. He had children. Okay. Now we're gonna read. Start at 31.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, and verse 31. And it reads, and when the Lord Yahweh saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb. But Rachel was barren. Verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben.
Reuben, right? Our first son was Reuben. Right? Go ahead.
And it reads, for she said, surely the Lord Yahweh hath looked upon me after my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me. Verse 33.
So Reuben, Rabal one, see it's a son. Okay? That's what it means in Hebrew. It's Rabal one, see it's a son. That was the firstborn. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And it reads, and she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord Yahweh hath heard that I was hated, he had therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. Verse 34. If she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me.